ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa is crisscrossing the country ahead of the local government elections. He was in KwaZulu-Natal over the weekend. Today, he finds himself in the Northern Cape. And there with him is eNCA's Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who is in Kimberley. Good afternoon once again, Pule. So where's the president now and what are we expecting to hear from him, if anything?
Good afternoon, Morena. And right now he has a journal break, rather 1 hour break, just after having visited about 3 wards, first one being Ward 21 and 3. And of course, what we understand is that from these 2 wards out of the 3, this is where the DA has a very strong political dominance. And the president made his way there in pursuit to try and sway some of the electorates to vote for the ANC this time around, come 1st of November. But, you know, the residents still raising concerns around service delivery, concerns around how government has turned a blind eye to some of their demands. And for them, the president's presence in the area shouldn't just be about him arriving, but they actually want action and expectation. He's been flagged by, of course, the ANC chairperson, provincial chairperson Zamani Sao, premier of this province, and of course, regional executive committee member and chairperson Msimanga. So they are on an election campaign trail to ensure that they try to get numbers once again here in this province.
Pule, the focus, at least for the president when he was addressing the eThekwini communities, was that, you know, they want to bring back the metropolitans under the control of the ANC. So why specifically the Northern Cape? I mean, besides the fact that it is a DA stronghold, why would they want to go to the Northern Cape? Do they feel that that is one of the most important parts, you know, in the strategy of gaining ANC control again?
Well, but one of the main concerns that actually, or rather one of the reasons that we want to visit the Northern Cape, remember, this is one of the provinces that were the first rather to go for the electoral conference under the leadership of Zamani Sao, who was elected unopposed. And he's got a very strong grip in terms of ANC's influence in the province. So they would want to maintain those numbers because they are beginning to witness a different dynamic, a pattern of independent candidates who are coming in, who are pulling away from the ANC and now being put forward by community members who have promised to vote for them. So the ANC's move by coming is very crucial in terms of ensuring and again reassuring the voters here that they will continue to deliver services. Unlike in 2016 where we saw how most of these wards were lost to the DA, and therefore their presence in this area is quite dominant. And the president as well has assured some of these residents when going door to door that they will be delivering this time around, that they will try to fix some of these municipalities that are ailing. And this is exactly what we saw in the Northwest as well, which has been plagued by a lot of corruption and service delivery issues that have affected residents. And he has assured them that he will ensure that those candidates who come in and those ANC officials who will be heading some of those departments, they will continue with the good service delivery. That's according to the president. So his visit here is to maintain those numbers in the Northern Cape, which of course, you'd remember, during the conference that took place a few months back, he had actually said that this is one province whereby there is unity and it is being steered in the right direction. Also, they're saying, the likes of Ngumalo Ntamba as well, who is the deputy chairperson in this area, have showed that leadership which is closely adhering to the ANC's renewal program that ensures that ANC officials come together and unite and ensure that they try to re-stabilize the organization and of course have officials who will take the interests of the people in terms of accelerating that service delivery. So his presence in the area will be aiming to ensure that those numbers don't break away from the party as well.
And just lastly and quickly, Pule, before we let you go, you've mentioned the rise in independent candidates that are coming out in the Northern Cape, but then there's also this concern of voter apathy and potentially a poor turnout at the polls. Are you getting a sense that there is some apathy and confusion in Kimberley, or are you getting a sense that people know what they want and know what they're going to do on the 1st?
Well, unlike some areas, actually, people are appetized to go and vote here, Morena. In fact, they're doing this in a way of trying to ensure that there's change in their areas and that the political parties that they will be voting for will not turn a blind eye to them, but most importantly, listen. While on this election campaign trail, we've actually seen some Patriotic Alliance members also campaigning, also telling voters to vote for them. Now, these are some of the emerging parties that are coming up through the ranks as well. You'd remember that they held their manifesto on Saturday as well, and one of the things that was said there is to ensure that if when put into power, that they head those key municipalities that will ensure that residents get a proper service delivery. And those are the parties that are actually also campaigning here in this area. We understand that the good parties also in this area as well, I think in Uppington and the DA as well. So there's quite a lot of political movement happening in the Northern Cape as we speak, and some of the residents here are quite fed up, and they're saying that this is the only way of raising their voice in terms of actually voting for those parties that will listen to them once and for all. And this is very encouraging to see that some residents are actually taking this into their hands for ensuring that there's accountability when voting for some of those independent candidates and, of course, political organizations.
All right, Pule, thank you very much. We'll leave it there with you for now. Of course, we will be staying in touch with Pule throughout the course of the afternoon as he continues to follow the president, who, as we're seeing at the moment, is having an hour-long break. Now